make your own bright future come trails.
Not being on the basketball team didn't stop Tom from being one of the team's most enthusiastic fans. At the first game, he yelled and cheered until his voice began to sound like a foghorn. Of course, he had two reasons to cheer extra loud. The first reason was that Lily was one of the school cheerleaders, and to Tom's way of thinking, she was the prettiest cheerleader in the world. It was now Monday morning following the first game. The LDS students were boarding the bus to go to school. As Lily boarded, Sam Preston was his usual self.
Hey, Lily, you sure look good at the game Friday night. I can't wait until the big dance so I can get to know you better.
Lily seemed pleased at the attention she was receiving. She loved being a cheerleader and felt proud that people thought she looked pretty. Tom had learned earlier that he had no right to tell Lily what to do. After all, she was not his girlfriend any more than she was anyone else's.
I hate to see her go, Sam. I've heard Sam talk in PE class and in some other places. His mind is full of ugly and dirty thoughts.
Wow.
Oh, Sam, stop acting that way.
Tom wondered why Lily seemed to encourage Sam to do these kind of things. His anger began to mount. But then he remembered what had happened before, and he tried with all his power to forget the whole experience. That day in the gymnasium dressing room, Sam was speaking.
That was sure fun throwing them apples at those people. Hey, did you hear the one about the man who took his girl to the movie? And after the movie, he drove up the side road? And he pulled off in this bunch of trees.
Tom's temper boiled up. This was the fourth dirty story that Sam had told. Each time the room had rocked with laughter. Tom felt he could take no more.
Sam, why don't you shut up? I'm sick of hearing your filthy thoughts.
Oh, listen to old goody-goody Tommy.
Who are you trying to kid, Tom? You're not perfect, you know.
I know I'm not perfect, but I don't see why we can't at least try to keep our minds clean.
That night, as Tom rode along with Elder Tyson, he told Elder Tyson that he really made a fool of himself that day. He then told the whole story of what had happened in the dressing room.
Sounds to me like you were a victim of being persecuted for righteousness' sake. You didn't make a fool of yourself, Tom. It's like Jesus said, "For so persecuted they, the prophets which were before you."
I wasn't trying to be a goody-goody or anything. It's just that, well, I got sick of what I was hearing.
You did the right thing, Tom. If somebody doesn't stick up for what is right, things can get pretty bad in a hurry. This Sam Preston must be quite a guy. From what I hear about him, it sounds like he's headed for trouble.
The next morning in seminary, Brother Adams continued to read and discuss the Beatitudes, the statements made by Jesus as part of his great Sermon on the Mount.
Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of God. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted.
As Tom heard these words, he remembered vividly what had happened yesterday in class, and he looked at Lily, whose understanding smile indicated that she remembered too.
Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are they which hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God.
I wish I could show Sam that he ought to be more pure in heart.
Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
I guess I shouldn't have got mad at Sam, but somebody needed to stop him. Maybe I did the right thing after all. Lily, could I talk to you on the way to school?
Sure, if you want to.
Lily, well, it's about the dance.
Oh, Tom, don't start that again. I promised Sam I'd go with him and...
No, I know. I don't want you to change anything, but I just want you to be careful.
Careful? What do you mean, careful? What's going to happen?
I hear Sam talking a lot, and, well, he's got some bad thoughts in his mind.
Oh, Tom, why don't you grow up? Sam loves a little fun, and, well, so do I. You'd be better off if you'd be a little more like Sam instead of being so, well, so good all the time. Tom, I'm sorry. Let's not go through what we did before.
Lily, what do you think it means to be pure in heart?
I don't know. You tell me. Oh, I'm sorry. I suppose it means to be good inside.
I believe it means to think pure thoughts. And all I'm trying to say is that I know Sam's thoughts aren't pure, so be careful when he takes you to the dance.
Look, Sam's heart is as pure as yours.
Lily opened a book and pretended to read. Tom sat silently wondering why he couldn't mind his own business and leave Lily alone. The remainder of the ride to school was a ride of silence. Time went by, and Lily attended the dance with Sam. They seemed to enjoy each other very much. For the next 2 weeks, Sam and Lily were together almost every night. Tom tried to forget what was going on. After all, he reasoned, she had the right to make her own choice, and every time he said anything, she'd get mad. Gradually, Lily began to quit attending seminary. A whole week went by, and she didn't attend.
Who knows what's happened to Lily?
Oh, she's found something better to do than seminary.
That day in the dressing room, Tom was again forced to listen to the loud voice of Sam Preston.
Hey, Sam, how are you getting along with Lily?
Let me tell you, she is something. Boy, you get along with her and sparks really fly.
That does it. That's all I'm going to listen to. Sam, don't you ever say another bad thing about Lily, or I'll make you wish you hadn't.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Tom returned to finish dressing. He'd expected a fight, and he was surprised at how pitiful Sam's reaction had been. Somehow, his feeling of hatred for Sam turned to pity. He had judged Sam wrong. Instead of being the tough guy he appeared, Sam just had tough, loud ways, which were a mask to cover up what he really felt.
Boy, did you hear what happened in the locker room?
The account of what had happened in the gym spread like wildfire through the school. Lily heard a little about it from one of her friends, and later she asked Keith what had really happened.
Well, Sam was saying these bad things about you, and Tom told me he'd better never say anything bad about you again or else. Sam was scared to death, and he apologized.
That night, when Lily boarded the bus, she sat down beside Tom, but neither spoke. The bus had traveled nearly a mile before Lily broke the silence.
Tom, I just want to say thanks.
For what?
You know. Sam and I were headed for trouble. Already we did some things we shouldn't have. I didn't really like him that much, but I wanted to have fun. If we had kept going like we were, well, I don't know what would have happened. Tom, I hope you and all the other LDS kids will forgive me and not judge me to be bad.
Nobody's going to judge you to be bad, Lily, especially not me. I've learned a long time ago that it's hard to judge others when I've got a lot of things myself that need judging.
Tom, thanks for helping me, and thanks for helping me to see what Jesus meant when he said, "Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God."
As the bus continued its journey, two people were at peace with themselves. But near the back sat a lone boy, a boy who needed to hear the voice of the Good Shepherd, a boy who needed desperately to find the joy that comes to those who say yes when they hear the words of Jesus, "Follow thou me."